Greetings everyone, Tim Anderson here, aka Renfell, and welcome to the latest video in my New World series, where I dive into the brand new MMORPG from Amazon Game Studios and talk about pros, cons, things I like, things I don't like. Today we're going to be talking about how I, a notorious Care Bear, am not only managing to survive in a PvP oriented MMORPG, but actually thrive. How is that possible? Knowing what you guys know of me and how I absolutely hate and abhor and just won't go near a game with PvP. We're going to dive into that in this episode. But before we get going, do me a favor. If this is your first time here, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icons to get future updates for all the other content that I do here on YouTube. Check out the other playlists, join the Discord below, and hang out. Let me know in the comments below what you like, dislike about this video. Let's dive in. So, the coolest thing about this game, and honestly, the only reason that I picked up New World, it's literally the only reason, because when this game first came out, it was announced as a PvP oriented game. And it immediately made me go, I'm not going to be playing it. And it wasn't until, I think about 2 months before closed beta kicked off earlier this year, that I looked at it and went, hang on a second. Now it's saying that it's not forced PvP and there's optional PvP, and you can actually go through the game and play it in a PvE manner. And that got me intrigued enough to start investigating. And once I did that, I found out that, oh, now they've made changes to the game and it's entirely optional. PvP is not required at all. You can play this game 100% PvE, which for me, a Care Bear, I went, hell yeah. But I also want to say this, because having played this game now through closed beta and a few days here into launch, I am now inspired to participate in PvP content because of the way that they've done it in this game. Um, However, I still won't do open world PvP. You'll notice that right here, I'm gonna flag it right here. This little button down here, where it's, hang on, I gotta hit this. This button here. While flagged for PvP, you can attack other PvP flagged players, but other flagged players can do the same to you. You receive a 10% bonus XP while flagged. When you leave the sanctuary, you have 30-second protection timer. So notice that because I was in this teleportation area, once I move away from that, I don't have that option, but here I do. So this is where you can tab between being flagged for PvP and PvE, and then once you head out into the wilds, you're no longer able to switch that. You can either do that here at shrines, also at forts and outposts throughout the realm. All right, so first thing for me, I will never, ever, 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 ever flag myself for PvP in the open world. And the reason for that is because I don't give a shit about PvP. At least not one-on-one. I don't want to have other players running around and ganking me when I'm trying to harvest or take on mobs and everything else. But here's where I, a notorious Care Bear, actually do care enough about the PvP in this game to at least be inspired to participate. I've not actually participated overtly yet, but I'm waiting to because we're still forming up the company and getting everybody onto a single server within the next week or two. And once that happens, I fully plan on participating in the PvP that this game has to offer. So I'm going to do a quick read through real quick off of somebody else's website because it's got a really great review. Some of the reasons why you might want to participate in PvP in this game, for example, um, controlling faction points in your territory can give you an increase to experience gain as well as increase to the influence gain of that territory. Plus, all the forts and everything give you a unique global buff for the faction and control, which can be things like decreased taxes or traveling costs for fast travel. Um, those are the reasons why players might want to participate in the open world PvP, that is, in terms of the forts and territories and etc. There's also the ability to like go to war with another faction and territory, which I'm probably never going to participate in that, I don't think. But I will be participating in some of the things like overtly contributing to the fort and helping to get buffs going and everything else. I love that aspect of this game. And again, going back to the fact that this is all um, completely optional makes it incredibly, for me, it makes it something that I'm actually intrigued by enough to want to actually dive in from time to time. The instanced PvP stuff like the wars and outpost rush, which are scheduled and instanced, I don't really care for those, and I don't think I will ever participate at all. But if you go in here and like look at the map, um, like this territory is controlled over here, like this green one. This is the one that's controlled by us. Well, our territory, our faction, I should say. And you'll notice that since I'm Syndicate, in this territory, um, I get 20% influence gain, 5% experience point, and trading taxes are reduced by 5%, which I think is really, really cool. And I also think the forts are kind of interesting because you can't enter a fort, as you'll notice here, the description here. You must be set to PvP and belong to a faction to enter at this time. This control point will remain active until war is declared or invasion is active. And the forts are different, obviously, than the hamlets, like for this one here. But I just think this is a really cool way because if you want to participate in the PvP, you can go and you can do so by simply just turning it on and going and helping. Which for me, being able to have the option to do it as opposed to being forced to do it is what makes this something that I'm looking at going, I wish all games did PvP this way because I have never liked PvP because of the ganking that happens. And I know some people like the ganking and they say that's what makes it fun. You got to get together with your friends and try to avoid being ganked. I've never looked at that as fun. I think the most one of the games I can say that I had the least amount of fun in was I tried a Star Wars mobile game or Star Trek mobile game, Fleet Command, I think is what it's called, and going along having some fun mining, and guys come along and just start ganking me while I'm mining, and it's like 5-on-1, and I'm like, at what point is that? That's not fun. Like, and why would I want to be sitting here with my cup of coffee first thing in the morning and doing some relaxing mining only to have my senses on alert number 12 to try to, pay attention to everything going around me. I would much rather be able to just dive into the game and have some fun and participate at my own pace. So that's why I actually love the fact that this game has PvP and that I can participate in it at my leisure and when I want. And they've done this in a way, in my mind, and I think Nathan Napalm said this in his video the other day on his first impressions video. He was talking about how the way they've done PvP in this game is in such a way that it will possibly and probably in many cases inspire people to want to participate. And I'm actually looking at that going from my perspective. Yes, the way that they've done PvP here, the fact that I can run around the world, explore, have adventures, PvE with my friends, do crafting, do harvesting, do questing, and everything else at my leisure without being flagged for PvP. And then when my guild decides, hey, we want to do this for the territory, I can go, cool, I want to participate in that, and I can go do that. The other thing I like the fact is that you can help your territory even not even though you're not necessarily flagged for PvP because you could be doing things like harvesting and crafting and participating to help build the overall hamlet here, the city and everything else, and progress everything from the starting point up and through the tiers. I think that's a really cool way so that everyone participates, whether it's PvE or PvP, and it all kind of meshes together at the end. I don't know what this game is like at the end game yet because I'm still fairly early on. I'm only like level 19 right now, I think, 18 or 19. And this is only my third day of playing, so I'm still looking forward to seeing how the rest of this is going to unfold. But for now, for me as a Care Bear, this game has actually proven to be highly enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to participating in PvP in a way that I've never looked forward to before, which is kind of interesting. And I think this might be the game that helps me start to enjoy that side of MMORPGs for the first time ever. And I would wish more games would do it like this. And hopefully, New World is going to prove to be an inspiration to others on how they could do PvP with their games in the future. Anyway, if you enjoyed, let me know in the comments below. Like, dislike the video. Either way helps the algorithm. And of course, Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon if you haven't already done so, and stick around for future content. Also, join the Discord, follow along on social media, all the other places. Check out the Patreon if you want to know what we're doing with Project Drummond. And I will see everybody in the next update. Until then, I'm going to get back to harvesting here. I'm looking for iron today. I got to get my mining up to, I got my, most of the other stuff is up to 50, but I got to get my mining up to 50 today. So that's my objective for the afternoon. See you next time, everybody. Peace.